I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
I see. Oh, where does the sister learn to fight like that? She's from Orlais, isn't she?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined.
How much
Let me
fighting
introduce
did we
myself.
do?
I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
That's me.
Those men
Pleasure.
said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why are you so eager to come with me?
The Maker told me to.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread.
I love this
The Maker doesn't want
expression.
this. What you do,
Gave her the
what
worst
you are
face
meant
ever.
to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Not turning away help when it's offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this
Band of
chance.
merry men going on.
I will not let you down.
I think we're okay just now. When I get to camp, I'll see what everyone's got to say. We're a rogue though. Yeah, I'll just accept it just now. Whoa, 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 okay. Okay. Wait, so we killed him and he just like melted. His skin and muscles and whatever, his organs just melted and it's just a pile of bones are left behind. Right, how do we pronounce your name? Are you Danal or are you Danal?
You're gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now.
Sorry about the mess.
They had it coming, and they were trouble enough themselves. So long as you don't start more, I won't get excited. Right then, name's
Wait.
Danal.
Oh,
Sorry I
Danal.
can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house.
Heard any rumors? Who were those men I fought exactly?
When Tien Logain marched by, he left those fellas behind to look for Grey Wardens. I suppose that's you.
Yeah.
I have no qualm with you, whatever the Tien says. My grandfather served. Your secret's safe with me. What can I get you then?
Any rumors?
I hear that Tien Logain, the regent, is calling for new levies of troops. He wants to rebuild the army we lost at Astagar. Thing is, there's not a lot of spare men to be found. Out of Dragon's Peak, there's press gangs roaming around,
Ex-gangs.
grabbing any free man they can lay their hands on. Anything else I can get you?
Any other rumors?
With King Kalen dead, the throne falls to Queen Anora. She's made her father the regent, however, at least for now. I think Kalen's father, old King Merrick, would have approved. Anything else I can get you?
Any other rumors?
With a defeat at Ostagar, it'll be inevitable that the Darkspawn hordes start moving
Hey,
north
Kenobi.
soon. They have no one standing in their way, do they? Anything else I can get you?
Anything else?
I hear tell they held a funeral in Denerim for King Kalen. The Grand Cleric called for a full day of mourning, and there was a procession a mile long.
Wait, did he even get the body?
It's too bad they don't have
But
a
they don't.
body to properly burn. What happened to him at the hands of those creatures, it's unthinkable. Anything else I can get you?
What, the hound that's with me?
People are disappearing all over the country. Folks on the road say they are seeing wagons abandoned, belongings left in the middle of the road with no one to be seen anywhere. Remote farmholds are left empty. Horses left without riders. And
We'll
no
take some horses
corpses
and
to
we
be
can make good use of the belongings that have been left
found.
behind as
Taking
well.
them, there's no other explanation. Anything else I can get you?
Anything else?
I heard from some travellers that something bad might have happened in Redcliffe.
Ooh,
overrun by
Redcliffe.
Darkspawn.
Okay.
There's no word from the
I think
village
I
at all.
usually go Redcliffe
A merchant friend
first.
of mine said he encountered someone fleeing the place and there was nothing
And
waiting
then
for him there but death.
the circle?
He wisely turned around and came right back.
That's how it usually
else I can get
goes. Any other rumors?
I hear news from Dinnerham that Tyrn Logain has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. Anything else I can get you?
I suppose you find rooms.
Look around. People are sleeping on the floors and in the attic. That's how many rooms I don't have.
Anything else?
Some folks aren't happy about Tyrn Logain being named regent. There are rumors it's
yes,
something
'cause
to
he-
do with
'cause he
the king's
did.
death. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. If Tyrn Logain couldn't save the king from that end, then nobody could. Anything else I can get you?
I'll be.
Luck speed your way.
I don't want.
I thought there were supposed to be people sleeping on the floor. I expected me to not be able to, like, you know, run around or even have a dance floor going on. Ooh. Oh no.
I'm scared. When are we going home? I'll have no fighting in my kitchen. Out with you.
People can sleep in the kitchen. Like some liaison.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Yeah, something I can do for you.
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
Hmm. I could be of service.
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Ooh, Blackstone Regulars box. Lowering, scraping the barrel, my friend. There are a number of people who pledged to aid the Blackstone Regulars in times of need. Those times are now. Here you will find 3 letters of conscription. Deliver them to the people listed below and return to the Regulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse, do what you must to get them to honour their oaths. Dernol Garrison is in Redcliffe. Hatcher Gritch in Lothering. Varel Bairn. Dennerim. Your friend Talran. Dereliction of duty. Oh crap. My friend, the Regulars require a trusted agent to track down and deal with deserters. Do this and you'll be rewarded. These deserters took with them valuable supplies crucial to the Regulars' feature as a supplier of martial service. Says, deal with these wasted space as you see fit. Bring the supplies back as proof the problem has been dealt with. We'll ask no questions as to your methods or the final condition of the deserters. Use your own discretion. You'll find them in the following locations: Mael, Lake Calenad, Leyson and Dennerim, and Tornas and Frostback Mountains. Nice. You know what? I'm gonna have a look through these entries I got from the codex and probably head off after that. So my voice, I'm feeling it's starting to slightly go again. Not that it wasn't before, but okay, conscription. Receiving this letter because you or someone else placed your name on the article of conscription, thereby pledging your life to the Blackstone Regulars. Warmly looming on all fronts, the regulars must build their numbers. We're forced to call upon those who have sworn their resistance to make good on those oaths. Say farewell to your friends and family. I might not even be able to read these. While you may return to them, you must prepare them for the possibility that this will be your last day together. Your sacrifice is appreciated. To the inimitable Grey Warden, your deeds have spread since the tragedy of Ostagar. For myself in need of one such as you, I am Rael Nor, captain of the venerable Blackstone Regulars, and I hope to win your trust. The Regulars have come on a hard time since the war with Orlais. I have fought to improve their reputation. Gone are days of my father's shady deals with unscrupulous nobles in Denerim. No, I have trained a guild filled with honourable men ready to fight for Ferelden, and I am proud to say that I have seen your own Grey Wardens as a sort of model. We are not perfect. My own son advocates a move back to the more lucrative way my father ran the guild, but we are steadfast. It is in this context I ask you for your help, and I promise we will reward you accordingly. Should you be willing, please find letters in this box and others like it all over the land. Carry out the requests therein. In this matter, consider requests from my son as if they came from myself. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Whether you choose to assist us or not, you're doing the Maker's work, Warden, and I am honoured to work with you. Ooh. Controls. Oh yeah, the job board. I don't know if there's anything new because you then don't let me see if it's new or not. Oh well. I hate the codex. Should probably just read them as I'm going to get them. Adventures as a Black Fox. I'm sure there was a new one. Born Lords Remy Vascal in 863. Blessed. Black Fox was a dashing thief and rogue who went on to inspire so many tales of his exploits that it is nearly impossible to determine today which are true and which are merely fabricated legend. Despite coming from nobility, he has become something of a hero to common people. His initial exploits involved ridiculing the tyrannical, powerful lord of Val Shevan. Wearing a mask, he would appear in public and disrupt the lord's plans to the point that the lord angrily put a huge bounty on the life of this cunning fox. The origin of the nickname, which stuck. That's the primary bounty hunter who took the job, Carolus, ended up becoming Remy's lifelong partner in crime, only after nearly killing him several times. One of the most popular tales told in taverns today. The story is often exaggerated to make Remy appear initially buffoonish, until Carolus becomes so furious at the Black Fox's inexplicable ability to survive that the cunning Remy gains the upper hand, which impresses Carolus so much that the bounty hunter joins him. After years of terrorizing the Lord's men and foiling his tax collectors, a favourite pastime of Remy's according to the Orlesian commoners, Remy was supposedly betrayed by his lover, Servana de Montfort. Some versions of the tale, a mage of the circle no less, and captured. After more than a year of torture, Remy was rescued from prison by his compatriots, including the repentant Servana, and together they escaped Orlais. In this period of Remy's adventures, he appeared almost everywhere in Thedas. As his legend grew, more innkeepers and merchants were happy to claim the Black Fox and visited their village or establishment and performed some legendary feats. The tales are to be believed, Remy led the Lord's men on a merry chase. He became embroiled in political intrigue in Navarra, was hunted by the crows of Antiva, and then kidnapped by a powerful mage in Tevinter. In each situation, Remy escaped death at the last moment, foiled the evildoer, and improved life for the poor and downtrodden. Then, inevitably, he rejoined his band of adventurers and moved on to the next land. His companions, Corralis and Servana, the wise dwarf Bolek and the tempestuous knight Sir Clementis have each spawned their own individual legend over the years. The stories all agree that at some point the Black Fox disappeared. He and his fellow adventurers voyaged into the heart of the Arlathan forest seeking the sunken city of the elves and never returned. Many more are the tales that expand on what ultimately happened to them in that forest and postulate on how they could someday be rescued. Is it normal to have a cat who refuses to drink water? Yeah, a drink unless the water is coming out of the shower? Probably not. I would imagine, you know. And then you get some that only like bottled water or filtered water. I think there's someone I'd seen mentioned recently that a cat doesn't like normal, like, bog standards out the tap water. Yeah. Although, other half's dog they had only liked it when it was like really cold, just freshly put out. If it'd been there for a bit, it refused. It kind of turned its nose off at it. Turning into those vegan health freaks on Facebook. Back in my day, a cat was perfectly happy drinking straight out of a swamp. They know there's something in the water, and they know. It's like, this tastes funny. They say they try and eat any scrap of food that they can come across, though, don't they? More so dogs, I think. Cats are a bit fussier. Cats just hone in on if you've got meat. They don't care for anything else. They'll just stalk you if you have chicken. Or ham. So you want to know if there's a piece of meat hiding in your house? Just throw in a cat. Oh, the First Blight, Chapter 1. Thedas is a land of fierce diversity. From the assassin princes of Tiva to the faded griffins, the Anderfels. Oh, I can assume any old plastic lying around? What? Oh, no, I don't understand. Like, the water coming out of the shower isn't any different from the water coming out of the tap, is it? Is it just like the method of getting the water which is different? Okay, but in my travels I found one tale that unites people of this land. It is a story of pride and damnation, and although the telling differs, the essence of the tale remains the same. The height of its power, its heaven to imperium, stretched over much of Thedas, uniting the known world under the rule of the tyrannical magisters. It is said that the old gods, whom the magisters worshipped, gave them the knowledge blood magic, and the magisters used this forbidden power to cement their rule. The blood of elven slaves and humans alike ran down imperial altars to fuel magister greeds. Tales of their excesses so horrifying that one can only be grateful that blood magic is prohibited today. For all that stands tall must eventually fall. Perhaps they foresaw their ruin, or perhaps their pride knew no bounds. Whatever the reason, the magisters dared to open a magical portal to the Golden City at the heart of the Fade. They sought to... I can never remember, is it usurp? I think I remember that one. The Maker's Throne. Long left unattended in the Golden City after the Maker turned his back on his creations. They would storm heaven itself with their power and become as gods. No. That's the little dudes. And the Nier Automata. They become as gods. Oh, he likes the consistency. Yeah, and unlike a normal cat, he doesn't just come playing for 5 minutes and then drink the water in the bowl. He'll stand and shout by my door until I'm done doing whatever it is I'm doing, and run into the bathroom, start yelling from there until I turn on the water. Maybe he's just very sensitive and is like, I want it fresh from the tap or any outlet. As opposed to having to drink it. Been like left for 5 minutes and it's already losing its, I don't know if freshness. Is that even a thing that comes to tap water? I mean, you have to leave it running for a bit sometimes. Oh, you changed the water in his bowl first, but he wasn't having it. He's like, no, you lie. Have you ever left a tap on for him? So we can just go and like drink. Even just dripping. I think some cats end up going after water that way as well, don't they? Okay, this is what the Chantry and its oft exercised tendency to understate refers to as the second sin. Oh yeah, prefer running water might be part of it. Maybe in like maybe they think it's if it's sitting and it's not moving, they think it's like stagnant. Usually, like that's what usually happens to a body of water if it's left. Or at least some of them I've seen here, and one wood in particular. Maybe I think like this just isn't left sitting, maybe a bit cleaner. Yeah, drinking out of a puddle versus a stream. Could be that, and they're like, well, I'm being fussy, and I know there's running water now, and that's what I want, so. Do shouts at you to get running water. Have you ever thought about and sorry. You ever thought about what is the thing? It's I guess it would be pricey. Depending on if it works or not. You can get like the like machines that you can plug in, and there's like does it cycle the water round and round? Like makes it running in some way, maybe? What am I thinking of? Okay, oh shit. According to most versions of this tale, Magisters did indeed reach the Golden City and walked into the home of the Maker, where no living being before them had dared or been able to tread. For humanity is not meant to walk in heaven. The Magisters were wicked with pride and other sins, and their presence tainted the Golden City. What once was a perfect, holy citadel became a twisted home of darkness and nightmares. The Magisters were expelled back through their gateway and cursed for their treachery. The Golden City had been tainted, so when the Magisters twisted and transformed into things of darkness, the very first of the Dark spawned. Ooh, the Golden City, once a shining beacon at the heart of the Fade, became the Black City, a reminder of all that man's pride has cost. So all these bastards brought it upon themselves. Oh, they go pretty gross. The charcoal flows only last about 2 weeks. Or oh, really? Yeah. I think I would rather just leave a tap running for the cat, because here, at least here, your water is not charged separately. Arla Eamon Guerin. Ability does not exist without obligation. We owe all we have, even our lives. Oh wait, we already read this. Fell ill in the mysterious condition that even magic could not treat. I don't know if there's anything new because you won't tell me. Nothing new in culture and history. Magic and religion. The Maker. There was no words for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities, and from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forge you. To you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done. And in the centre of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne, sang hymns of praise unending. Songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. The voice of the Maker shook the fate, saying, "In my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done. Yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing." And he knew that he had wrought amiss, so the Maker turned from his firstborn, and took from the Fade a measure of his living flesh, and placed it apart from the spirits, and spoke to it, saying, "Here I decree opposition in all things, for earth sky, for winter summer, for darkness light. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make men immutable. As the substance of the earth with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, "To you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the Fade I crafted you, to the Fade you shall return, each night in dreams, that you may always remember me." And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Well, how did that work for you? Ah, I don't see you think about leaving this happen. Imperial Chantry. Those would tell you that Chantry is the same everywhere it is here. That the divine in Val Royeaux reigns supreme in the eyes of the Maker, and that his fact is unquestioned throughout Theras. Do not believe it. The Maker's second commandment, magic must serve man, not rule over him, never held the same meaning within the ancient Tevinter Imperium as it did elsewhere. The Chantry there interpreted the rule as meaning that mages should never control the minds of other men, and that otherwise their magic should benefit the rulers of men as much as possible. When the clerics of Tevinter altered the chant of light to reflect this interpretation of the commandment, the divine in Val Royeaux ordered the clerics to revert to the original chant. They refused, claiming corruption within the Val Royeaux, an argument that grew until, in 487, Towers, the Chantry in Tevinter elected its own legitimate and uncorrupted divine, Valhale, who was not only male, but also happened to be one of the most prominent members of the Tevinter circle of the Magi. This black divine was reviled outside Tevinter, his existence an offence to the Chantry and Val Royeaux. After 4 exalted marches to dislodge these rebels, all that the Chantry and Val Royeaux accomplished was to cement the separation. While most aspects of the Imperial Chantry's teachings are the same, prohibitions against magic have been weakened and male priests have become more prevalent. The Circle of the Magi today rules Tevinter directly ever since the Archon Nomoran was elected in 734 Storm, directly from the ranks of the enchanters to great applause from the public. He dispensed with the old rules, forbidding mages from taking part in politics, and within a century the true rulers within the various imperial houses, the mages, took their places openly within government. The Imperial Divine is now always drawn from the ranks of the first enchanters, and operates as Divine and Grand Enchanters both. This is art heresy to any member of the Chantry outside of Tevinter. A return to the days of the Magisters which brought the blight down upon us. But it exists, and even though we have left the Tevinter Imperium to the mercies of the dread, is it Kunari? Still they have endured. Further confrontation between the Black Divine and our so-called White Divine is inevitable. Sacred... Oh! The Sacred Ashes. Only one person witnessed Mafarath's betrayal. Havard the Aegis, childhood friend of Mafarath. He accompanied the chief to the meeting with the Tevinters, not realizing what was planned. When he understood that Mafarath was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard unwilling to draw swords against his friend and liege, placed him. I already know this. We're no part of this. Between Andraste and the Tevinter soldiers, Tevinter struck him down. Mafarath left him for dead. Bravely wounded, Havard made his way to the gates of Minrathos, Stop the execution. When he reached the terrible deed, it was already done. Armies on the plains, long since dispersed, Havard, cursing his weakness, gathered the earthly remains of Andraste that had been left to the wind and rain, and wept. When his fingers touched a pile of ash, yeah. Lungs faded, vision with it. Havard was alone, his wounds were healed. Maybe this bit. Fearing the Matharath supporters would defile them, Havard took the ashes of Andraste to a secluded place high in the mountains. There he carved from living rock an urn to hold them. Time passed, and whereabouts of the urn faded from memory. Perhaps it was Maker's will that only the most worthy should find his beloved's final resting place. Now we have only the legends, such as that of the Chevalier Lothair, who quested to find the urn to save his dying daughter. Nira found it in time to cure her, returned 100 years after her death. Ballads and less than certain on that point.